Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're going to take a look at big red. Not that slow, small mono red. We want to do some big, over-the-top things with cards that, one, have not played on the channel, and two, that I haven't played in a long time that I really wanted to play with again. One of those cards in particular is Koth, right? If we can just go search for lands every turn, we can use this for extra removal, and then eventually you just get the emblem that's going to be 4 damage every time. So, love this. Also means we got to play a lot of mountains. So we're going to be mono red. But the rest of the list, as we go down, we're going to play some Torch the Tower because we want some early removal. There is an Abrade in here. It helps deal with artifacts, but also can hit a creature. We have Brazen Collector. Now, this is one I played in a different kind of, sort of version of this deck, I think, that had a bunch of dragons in it. And this actually worked out pretty well, surprisingly. That extra mana really comes in handy, and being a first striking blocker stops a lot of stuff, especially since there's a popular deck playing Urabrass Forge right now. Charming Scoundrel, really good card. Likely going to be getting treasure a lot of the times, but we'll see. Scorching Shot is just 5 damage to kill some creatures. Some Brotherhoods in, mostly as sweepers, but does get rid of the stuff in the Simulacrum decks, which is pretty big. Now, Lamplight Phoenix. Now, I found a version online that was playing something similar, and Lamplight Phoenix was an interesting card. I hadn't thought about it initially, but it is a reasonable body, and later in the game, you can actually have it keep coming back, whether you have it be a blocker or they just kill an attacker. So this is kind of neat. I'm willing to give it a shot. We'll see by the end of the video if it stays in the list. Obviously, some Urabrass Forge, because this card is still just really good. Jaya, Fiery Negotiator. This is going to be played alongside Koth here, just for getting some extra blockers, but can help us dig if we're looking for a key removal card or something. Additionally, those costs we were talking about, and the Elder Dragon War. This is a card that I think some people forget is even still in Standard, but being able to deal 2 damage to all creatures and your opponents is pretty sweet. It can help you dig for extra cards, and then on top of that, it actually makes you a 4/4 dragon if you need it to finish the game. And of course, wrapping everything up with Bone Horde Dracosaur, just getting us extra stuff once we have the game locked up, helps us put everything to a close. Now, we are going to be playing a lot of mountains, like we said. However, there are going to be some fountain ports in here, because we have some things we can sacrifice, but we might also want to be getting treasure with it, and a couple of Merrics that can work in conjunction with fountain port if necessary. Now, I have no idea how well this is going to do against stuff with lots of direct damage. We'll have to see. But if you like this deck, at the end of the video, you'll be able to go down in the description. There'll be a link to Moxfield, a channel sponsor, where you can download this and put it right into Arena and play it yourself. For now, though, let's go see if Koth is really the killer. Okay. Yeah, I guess we just keep this. We've got 4 land. We've got a Torch the Tower. We got the Collector. Not much to complain about here. I mean, at least if we're playing against a creature deck, we have some early stuff we can do here. Though I'm thinking Torch the Tower could just be a shock, realistically. But I don't know. We'll see. Alright, picking up an Urabrass Forge is kind of cool business. I don't mind that. Our Collector did not die immediately, but I imagine if they have a removal card, they'll use it here. Ah, it's a mouse. I was going to say, I don't think you want to attack into that opponent. I kind of... Maybe I'm supposed to go Koth and kill that. But if I minus Koth, then they'll be able to just kill it. You know what? I'm not going to be that greedy. I'm going to do this. I'm going to attack, get that mana, and then I'll just kill their... Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll just kill it. Get the extra point in now. I thought about saving it, but I was just like, nah, this just ends up being silly. And then now, if we really want to, we can use Koth to kill something. Oh, we'll definitely use Koth to kill that. Because that seems real good for business. And then we get in there. Now, that's a little bit of a mistake. I should have actually kept back the Collector in case they had another haste creature here and just attacked with the 2-power token from the Forge. That could come back to bite us here, actually. So if they have anything to give that haste, Okay, looks like they don't, so that's good. Oh no, it does get haste from the other thing. Yeah, so that was a mistake. That was silly. Well, now we have to kill that. What has vigilance, haste, trample? You know what? Since I've already played this poorly, what if we attack and just make a dragon? That leaves us 3 mana, not enough to do both. All right. Why not? All right, opponent's at 8. I think we just do this and make a dragon. Yeah, if I had played this correctly, we still would have had Koth, and this game would be even easier right now. So, a little bit of a dumb mistake a couple of turns back, but we're not in bad shape even now. Because they almost have to spend this turn killing a dragon. I mean, they could always choose not to. Yep, House Mouse is big. I mean, you can hit us for 8. Yep, you got it. All the way down to 12. A Fountain Port. That's not too exciting. Alright. Get in there with all of it. I mean, you gotta block things. They take 4, 5, 6, 7. Sure. And I guess I'll sack this since it's going to go away anyway. Sacrifice a token. Alright, I mean, if they kill us from 12, then so be it. Nope, that's not going to do it. You can give it haste, but it's not going to quite cut it. So yeah, even with the play mistake, this was a pretty easy game. Okie dokie, let's keep it. Let's see what the opponent's got here. Good old Cigarro man. This still looks trippy as a frog. Spyglass Siren. Alright, so some first strikers might matter here. That flyer could matter. Being able to Brotherhoods in to take out some artifacts could be... There's a lot. There's a lot happening here with this hand. Oh, black mana. Was not expecting that. I was expecting it to either be just blue or blue-green, potentially. But, alright. I guess we'll go ahead and play this. I mean, I don't know how much removal they're playing. Like, I don't think I've seen any decks with... Well, that's not true. I've seen some with Siren and black mana, usually when it's some type of Esper thing. This would be the first time I've seen this. Cool. We can live with that. Like, they're doing that, and they're not advancing the board. We are totally okay with that outcome. A Deep Cavern Bat. Alright. Well, that didn't work the way we wanted to. Alright, so we're going to get batted. Probably going to take our Brotherhoods in. Which is the right call. If they have double bat, it's kind of gross. But I feel like if they did, they would have played a bat sooner. Like, I only have 3 mana, opponent. You got to take the Brotherhoods in, right? It doesn't make sense not to. I would say, unless they have a counter, and maybe, but... I would think that's the way to go. Okay. We'll attack. Play this. I mean, there's probably a counter in their hand. Oh, just Fairy Mastermind. Yeah, okay. That's whatever, I guess. End the turn? I mean, if they do have a counter, we're kind of wrecked here. We needed to land on that turn to be able to play the Elder Dragon War. Okay. Well, now it's going to be a little tougher. So we can still top deck a land here. But we have to Scorching Shot, kill the one bat so that we can play the Brotherhoods in. And they still might have a counter here, so there's a whole pile of this that may not matter. All right. So, I mean, I guess we do it. I'm sure they have a counter, though, the way they hesitated. Oh, they didn't. What? Oh, man. Okay, sure. Then I'm not sure what that pause was about, unless it was just a kill spell that they wanted to sit on, because they know we have Bonehorde Drake. Oh, no, it's that guy. Okay, that makes sense. That makes plenty of sense. All right, well, we'll try to get away with this. And we'll attack. We are only at 8, so it's not a lot of wiggle room here. And if they get a kill spell, this is bad times for the Dracosaur. They used a couple earlies, though, already. Okay, that is a little bit annoying, I'm not going to lie. Wait, if they do this, do we just win? Because we take 2, we go to 8, we go to 6. We attack for 5. This is going to be 5, but we could do this. Okay, it wouldn't be quite enough. It'd be close. Guess also depends on what we get here. Ooh. Okay, we're at 4. We have 7 mana? So we could do... Oh, I'd actually have to do this first. Then play Charming Scoundrel, then attack. And I think that does it. Because it also does 2 damage to the opponent. And then we play this. Put the token on it. Then we attack these. Way to go, Dracosaur. Way to get us out of trouble. Way to beat a Shieldred. Yep, that'll do it. Whoo, all right. Love that. Yeah, we got to keep it. Like, it's not bad enough to throw back, so we're just going to roll with it, you know? Okay, I mean, we're at least finding mana, so that's a good start. Does the Collector get to live? I guess the Collector living doesn't really matter here, though. Ooh, they used an Abrade on that. All right, let's see how well their hand holds up. Are there more Abrades? We'll find out quickly. There are not more Abrades. I'd love to see that bit of information. Let's attack. And knowing the deck we're up against, this is only going to get to kill a couple of select tokens. So I'm wondering if we go ahead and just make the dragon. This only deals damage to a creature, though, so discarding that wouldn't suck, honestly, and maybe we find a land for the Dracosaur. But I also kind of would rather them kill the dragon, and then we just top deck a land for the Dracosaur. So let's try that. Because I'm pretty sure there's probably a get lost, if I were guessing. I mean, it could just be like... Oh, I was going to say like Lightning Helix or something. Alright, sure, there's a get lost. Alright. Did not deliver what we wanted. Dang it. Alright then, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go make a treasure. So then we can definitely play our dragon next turn. Yeah, sure. That seems fine. And attack for 6. I mean, truth be told, we might even play Phoenix and Collector and then try to sneak the dragon down after that. Nah, I might just play Phoenix on its own. Alright, that works too. No dragon for us this turn. Good thing I left Phoenix on top. Gives us some type of action here. Now, they could just have another Brotherhoods in and wipe out everything, but we would get the dragon, or the Phoenix right back. So Phoenix is pretty resistant in this scenario, especially since we have multiple ways to keep bringing it back right now. Yep, got to kill the thing that where you're going to get your value. Nice. Not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. I mean, could be another get lost, but at least I'll get the trigger to go get a mountain. Or the activation.
The only path to victory is fighting side by side. We have the high ground.
Alright, we'll get a mountain. And we will play a mountain. Oh, so they can kill our Phoenix? Sure, man. You got it. Love that. If that's the world we're in right now, we can live with it. That is a good scenario to be in. Alright, so now I got to think about this. Do I just try to level up Koth at this point since they've used 2 get loss? I mean, that's a real thing and I could just kill that and make a big collector. Or, hey, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I don't think we need to play it too safe here.
Here comes the avalanche.
I mean, they've used several bits of removal already. If they have more, then so be it. They have more. I'm gonna copy their token. Yep. Okay, cool, cool. Just 2 lands. Not the most exciting thing, if we're being honest. But we can go ahead, play a mountain. We can search for a mountain.
I'll never forget the home we lost.
We can attack for 5, of course. That's going to happen. We don't get many opportunities to use this, but I think I'm for sure playing this. It's just a matter of, like, if I think there's any real threat to them having those. But even if they level this up, their tokens are 2/2s. Like, it just... Or 3/3s. It just doesn't matter that much. So, sure. And torch the tower doesn't really do anything here. Alright, I think that's mostly fine. I mean, because if they don't kill Dracosaur here anyway, none of this even matters. Yeah, Forge does get them a card, so that is something. That is actually a real thing. Let's block. Actually, I'm going to block like that and like this, since that's going to go away anyway. Oh, no, but that tramples. If we block like that, that's no good. Because I'm thinking about just sacking this token so we can get a card. All right. Didn't matter anyway. Yeah, what I was lamenting there is that my plan was going to be to use the Fountain Port to sacrifice the dinosaur, but if I put it in front of the horror and I sacrifice it, the 1 damage is still going to go through to Koth. And the reason I wanted to block 2 things, or at least 2 points of damage, is so a Lightning Helix or whatever doesn't get Koth dead, right? So this way, these would have been my blocks. This gets through, Koth is at 4. I still have a Dracosaur. I draw an extra card. I'm at 19 life. I've got some removal. Like, I basically take away any options the opponent could have that could possibly keep them alive at that point. Now, they could still use a Helix to not die on the next turn, but that would have been like their best case scenario. So, actually, wouldn't even have done that because this is going to first strike and still be alive anyway. So, yeah, we had a couple of outs for the next turn. Not gonna lie, this feels a little questionable, but I'm gonna keep it anyway. I mean, we gotta draw lands to get ourselves out of trouble here. That's not helping. I mean, any chance that our collector gets to stay alive? Maybe? Oh, with Ivy. Ugh. Well, that sucks. I have to waste this turn to do this. We can't let Ivy live. As much I really badly wanted to play a Brazen Collector there, but if they'd have got defensive spells up there, we could have been in a lot of trouble. Alright, I'm gonna try this. See what type of counters they're rocking. Oh, so they were already straight up on the poison plan. Okay. Good to know. Well, the good news is, so far, we have survived with no poison counters on us. Here comes poison creature. No poison creature. All right. Well, let's see what they want to do to this. They're probably going to bounce it and put a counter on us. A poison counter. No, not even yet. Okay, cool. That's good for us. Blue mana's tapped down. We could Koth, get a land, open up the door for a Dracosaur. Or for some combination of like double collector or whatever, if we want to do that. Alright. Gonna go ahead and go for Koth. Plus up. And go get us a mountain. The other thing to note about Koth is that if they get the... not that. I was gonna say the 1-2 and the... Rot Priest, and they wanted to protect it. Koth is not a spell, actually, which does make a difference. So let's go ahead and activate Koth so nothing silly happens here. And then we will activate this. We will attack, or trigger it, I should say. I'm not going to play the mountain here, because if we decide to minus Koth next turn, we'll just start dealing chunks of 4 damage. And we're just going to force the opponent to have cards here. But look how important killing Ivy was. I'm sure their hand is full of stuff to play on creatures. But their deck doesn't play that many creatures. So if you off 1 or 2 early, sometimes that's all you need. Sure, get to put some +1s on things. That makes sense. Oh, well, that's cute. How do I want to go about business here, then? Is it worth it to minus Koth? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just thinking, can we just kill the opponent here? Because these would each deal 4. Because I have 2 of them, right? So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus 2 is 11. And then another 2. Yeah, we just kill the creature. I mean... I don't know. All of this doesn't matter, actually. Because I'm just realizing I can minus Koth anyway and just play a mountain, right? Whenever a mountain you control enters, deals damage to any target. It's not target player. Okay, cool. So yes, we just minus Koth. Kill this knucklehead. And then now the opponent's just in trouble, I guess. We'll just make a dragon. Like, nah, I'm gonna deal the damage. Who am I kidding? We're at that stage where it just makes sense to just go ahead, make a body, get in there. I'll make another creature here for sport, but I don't think it really matters. Opponent has to defend against Koth's emblem, against the flying dragon, against this 2 damage. Like, we were never even... They didn't even get a single point of poison on us this whole game. Oh, there's a Rot Priest. Well, now they can get some, I guess. But they can't even defend against enough things. Like, we play a mountain, they just die here. Yeah, sure. Overprotect. I get my first poison of the game on whatever it is. Turn... whatever. 7? Sure. Submit 0. Yeah, opponent saying GG. Alright. Cool, cool. I'm just realizing that last hand didn't start out great, so I'm going to keep this one as well and see what happens. Oh, we picked the wrong time to try to get fancy. We probably die here. And the fact that we didn't draw a land there. Yeah, this is not good. Unless we draw, like, land into, I don't know, Brotherhood's End or something, like, we're probably wrecked. Like, this can't be great for us, right? Let's go ahead and kill that. Just got to minimize the damage here till we find a better answer. Swift Spears, sure. Here comes the pain. Here comes all the pain. Oh, if there was ever a time we could get a Brotherhood's End, this would be it. This would be the best Brotherhood's End ever. Oh, it's not. Okay, well now we can save up to try to get, what's it called? The Saga, right? Saga's still good here. We're still dead if they have Rage, though, right? 2, 4, and then that would be 5, so I would take 4 more. That'd be 8. So yeah, if they have a Rage, we still just die. Inti's pretty good, too, though. Oh, you know the worst part is? Once they put a counter on something, oh, we're going to be back to needing a Brotherhood's End. That sucks. Oh, pfft. If you have the Rage, I'm dead, opponent. Like, they didn't even discard a card here, so we know they have a spell they want to play. Oh, it's a shock. Okay. Wait, why didn't they just shock us? We were at 8. Well, it doesn't matter. We're dead anyway. We didn't draw anything. Man, we had so many outs here. We could have got there. Oh, that would have been such a huge turnaround. But all right, we're dead. Oh, man, that sucked. Okay. Ooh, we're not playing anything till turn 3, but sure, let's try. Actually, no, this is bad. I should have mulliganed this. Because thinking about it, like, I don't even have any removal in hand. So this is gonna, yeah, this is gonna be bad more often than it's gonna be good. Especially if something like a bat or something happens here. Yep. I mean, I assume you take... you might want Elder Dragon War. I don't know. No, they didn't. Oh, now that's good to have as a backup plan. I don't hate that. I guess we just play this. I mean, they either have to play a removal or we have a solid blocker. Either way is good. Sure, you got it. What's the plan here? Just make a dragon? And then try to cough the other thing? No, we're not going to get to do that. Okay, this has some real thought to figure out here. The play might just be make a dragon. Because, like, if we Koth here... I mean, we plus to get a mountain, so Koth goes to 6. It takes 2, is back to 4. Then we still only have 3, but we could minus Koth and then do a Brotherhood's End. Like, I don't know. Maybe we are supposed to Koth here. All right, let's find out. I mean, I got no clue. This hand definitely did not come together the way we wanted. But we'll have 5 mana next turn. 3 of it's red. I mean, I guess we have some kind of options. We'll see. Also, if the opponent attacks into Koth with the Preacher... Ah, dang it. I was going to say, if they attack into Koth with the Preacher, then we actually... They don't get any triggers off of it. Which is kind of important. Oh, do they not? I thought it was when it attacked a player. It's just whenever you attack? When a creature attacks the player with the most life or tied for the most life. So you didn't attack. Like, I'm pretty sure that's not how that's supposed to work. Like, I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. I don't know. All right.
We have the high ground.
Let's do this. Let's play this, get a treasure. Play this, make a 1/1.
You know what's happened to all my enemies?
All right.
I've taught them everything they know.
Trying to make some things work here. Oh, they're going to activate their land here too? Oh, they are all in on this plan. They're like FYO planeswalkers. Good news is, though, this is keeping damage off of us, which is totally fine. Oh, they're going all after her. Oh, that's interesting. Why, though? I could let her go to 2. Yeah, okay, I guess. I mean... I mean, that's good for us. Don't get me wrong. I ain't mad about it. I just a little confused is all. Just a little confused. So we'll +1. And then we'll minus... Well, I got to play the land first.
Catch this.
And then I feel like we do this and just make a dragon. It's possible they just have like a sweeper, but if so, we just have planeswalkers afterwards, so who cares? Like, we're not that concerned, right? And attack? I mean, I'm sure they have sweepers of some variety, and if so, we do at least get Urabrass Forge back to go with our planeswalkers, so it's not like the worst thing. But I can say, the hand not having any removal would be surprising. Yep, you get to see our deck. I have no more cards called Dragon. Good news is, too, they're just attacking with a 1/1 here, so we don't really care that much. Like, they'll never do enough to our planeswalkers to matter if that's all that's coming across right now. So we just plus. We just plus. Go get another mountain. We will play said mountain. And I'm just going to attack for 1. Just don't make it easy for them to punch through here. And then I have enough to make a token, sack a token. So we can start finding other things. Though, I might just minus this Koth at some point. Well, scratch that. We're going to go looking for Torch the Tower so that we can exile this Aclazot. That's going to be our real plan. Sure. I mean, this feels like a grindy situation, but at the same time, like, I feel like if we could win this game, that would feel pretty good. Because the opponent's definitely playing higher quality cards than we are. Let's get rid of this. Okay, well, that mountain was not the card we were looking for. So now we're in a little bit of a situation. Because I feel like... We could off this Aclazotz. Both of our hands are high enough that they wouldn't be able to get it back easily. So let's do this. I could go digging with Jaya, but I don't necessarily want to do that here.
Do you good.
I resolve. This is for the fallen.
Alright. Then we have that. Those all trigger. We get to go search for a land.
I'll never forget the home we lost.
We have not played a land. Play this. And we'll get in with 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we just get in with all of it, right? They attack with their lands. How they can attack with how many lands? That takes 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Okay, yeah, sure. We can kind of sort of keep our hand loaded as well if we need to. What are they getting back? Preacher? And they can get a Phoenix from us, I guess. Meh. like, we're not really all that impressed with either of those. That's okay. Let's go ahead and +1 this guy. Let's plus this up.
Blaze a path.
Go get another mountain. And... I guess we should play a mountain, since we're going to be able to draw here anyway. Sure. Seems reasonable. I'm going to go ahead and play this. And then I'll just sack this guy, draw a card. Since this is going to go away anyway. Oh, and a braid. Okay, sure. My opponent's at 8 here. And we have a bunch of dudes with prowess. Alright, another preacher. That tracks. I mean, we're going to be able to get 4 damage off of Koth regardless here. If we want it. Oh, well, we're definitely going to get it now. Alright, so opponent's going to 10. I am okay just killing this. Actually... if I let her go to 2, then I can kill... Yeah, we let that slide. We let it go. Because we can get more triggers on our turn. Let's go ahead and just make a token here. Oh, fantastic. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Deal 3. Then we will minus this. We will play a mountain. Get rid of a blocker. Play this. Pumps our whole pile of folks. Play this. Pumps our whole pile of folks. I'll just put it on 2. Why not? Discard, draw. Alright. +1. Get in there with all the things.
Everything they know.
All right, that's a strong win. There's nothing they can do here. You block something, you kill something. That's still way more than lethal. All right. Woo. Yeah, not gonna lie, I feel real good considering we had a bat that kind of stumbled us early on a pretty bad draw. You know, dealt with Preacher that sat out there for a couple turns. They got a Virtue off. We dealt with the Acklazats. And these just kept trucking the whole game. Just that extra +1, +2 allowed so much to happen there. So yeah, all around. And I think I could have played that a little bit differently. Could have been a little more aggressive. Got back the Urbrass Forge sooner. And maybe could have changed the shape of the game. But overall, I think it was still a solid win. So yeah, y'all, this was legit. This was pretty crazy. Now, I will say, I'm not totally sold on Lamplight Phoenix. However, I think with the Boros token control deck going around, this does have a little bit of extra value, right? Because all their stuff that would kill it, there's a lot of ways you could just get this back out of the yard, then you force them to have another removal spell. So that's pretty good. Obviously, Urbrass Forge is good. Koth was just fantastic in these games, so I love that. Elder Dragon War came into play, did some things we wanted it to do. Brotherhood's End was solid. I mean, really the issue is just, do we draw Torch the Towers and or our sweepers early against like the red base decks? Like if we do, you have a real chance of putting this game away and just clogging up the board where they can't do anything. If you don't get them, then you're probably going to be behind and it's going to suck for you. I would argue that you could probably get away with playing an extra Abrade over something else that you're missing. I think having another spot removal that also destroys artifacts is not a bad thing right now, the way the format is shaping up. So feel free to add more of those. But overall, yeah, the lands worked. Like, yeah, no complaints. This, except for keeping a questionable draw and then getting beat by a red deck, right? Like, this actually did everything we wanted. So I'm all for it. So we're going to post up 3 Torch the Tower, 1 Abrade, 4 Brazen Collector, 4 Charming Scoundrel, 3 Scorching Shot, 2 Brotherhood's End, 2 Lamplight Phoenix, 4 Urbrass Forge, 2 Jaya Fiery Negotiator, 4 Koth Fire of Resistance, 3 The Elder Dragon War, 3 Bonehorde Dracosaur, 20 Mountains, 3 Fountain Port, 2 Merrics. I will say strategically, though, you do need to pay attention to the cards you're handing. You do have to make some pretty tight mulligan decisions. So keep that in mind when you're playing, because that's going to decide a lot of your games with this deck. But if you have fun playing with wild cards, be sure to check out this Abzan deck we played. I think it's the first one we played this season. And you got to play Elish Norn, you got to play a Smuggler's Secret, a Surprise, like a bunch of cool stuff, and the Vipers in there too. So you should have fun with that video. But that's all of you for now. We'll see you next time.